Hey guys, this is me. If you hear any noises in the background, it's probably Oreo acting like a psycho. But anyway, so here's where I'm going to kind of talk y'all through this site and how we're going to go through these virtual dissections. I know this is a little weird just because it's not in person, but I figured this is the next best thing so you could get as much of a dissection experience as possible. Hopefully we do get to go back to school so that way we can do the dissections in person, but we'll see. So we're going to be looking at dissections of fetal pigs. That's what we would have done in class in person. Now, fetal pig means a baby pig. Yes. No, they did not kill the baby pig, or anything like that in order to perform these dissections. Something happened to where they were not going to survive, so they donated them to science. Okay? So don't worry about that. So we're going to go over basic anatomical terminology. So different words and stuff that are related to anatomy that might help you guys in the process of understanding what they're talking about with the body systems. So here's a picture of a fetal pig. Okay, so we're going to kind of go over the different regions that they might describe to try and help you guys understand more. So if you're following along on the page, you can go ahead and click the down arrow for anatomical references and then click on regions of the pig. Then it'll show you here. We have the caudal region. The caudal region, that just means the tail. Pelvic region, obviously the pelvis, okay, so like the hips, right? Umbilical cord is where it was attached to the mother in the womb. The pectoral region is obviously like the chest or shoulders, so the pecs. Cranial region is obviously the head, cranium, okay? So if you hear any of those words kind of referenced, now you know what they kind of mean. So now we're going to go to anterior and posterior. So posterior, think like behind, okay? So the backside of the pig. Anterior means above, okay? So the top half of the pig. The sagittal and transverse planes, these are just the ways that they're going to split up the pig to kind of give you that understanding. You don't have to worry about it too much, but we have posterior meaning behind, okay, so the back end, anterior meaning above or ahead of, so the head region, okay, or the cranial region, okay. So now we have dorsal and ventral. Think of like a dolphin or a whale. They have a dorsal fin. When we say dorsal fin, that means it's on their back, right? So a shark, a dolphin, a whale, they have that fin. It's called a dorsal fin that's on the top of them and it's on their back. So anytime you see dorsal, know that they're talking about the back or the top side. Ventral will then mean underneath, so like the belly region. Okay, so anytime we're talking about the belly or the front. So for us as humans, our dorsal would be our back, and then the ventral would be our front. Now we have medial and lateral. We talk about medial, think of like the middle, right? So it's right in the middle. So basically along the spine and the head and the tail. Okay. And then lateral would be like the width. Okay. So from the middle to the outside. So medial is all in the middle. And then lateral is basically from the middle to the side. Now we have proximal and distal. So when we're talking about proximal and distal, we're talking about the distance from a point of reference. So let's say here on the pig, I'm talking about the shoulder, okay? X is proximal because it's closer. Y is distal, like distance, right? Because it's further. So we have X proximal, that's closer. Y is distal, it's distance, it's further away from the shoulder that we would be talking about. Now, we're going to click that up and we're going to go to sexing our pig. This does not mean the joking and nonsensical things that you are thinking right now. It just means, hey, is it male or is it female? So please try to like have a little bit of maturity when it comes to this. I know I'm not there to put you in place, but you know Miss Taylor is telling you to stop with the giggling, okay? Makes you uncomfortable, makes me uncomfortable, but hey, here we are. So if your pig is a male, okay, yes, in case you did not know, both males and females have nipples. So if it is a male, this is the ventral view, okay, so the belly view of a male fetal pig. If you notice, you see the umbilical cord right here, so it was cut and that's where it was attached to the mom's womb. Okay, so here we have the nipple rows. Now the rows of nipples are very, very distinct. Okay, so you can definitely see them. Okay, now for the male, where they pee and all that kind of stuff is kind of all right here at the umbilical cord. Now, because the umbilical cord is cut, it's kind of difficult to see. But the main thing to notice for the difference between males and females is if you look at the male, everything is pretty much all right here. But then you look at the female and you can kind of see kind of by its butt, so the caudal region. So near the anus, we have something called urogenital papilla, okay? So basically what that means is that's where we have the exit of the urine, okay? So that's where the female pigs pee, okay? And their nipple rows aren't maybe as distinct as the males, okay? They're a little bit softer or smoother. But then here, the females are going to pee near where they also poop, okay? So this is the tail. Right here above it is the anus, okay? And then right here is the urogenital papilla, which is basically like where they pee from, okay? So that's just brief intro to what we're going to kind of go over and how these dissection videos are going to go. So as we get more into our different body systems, we'll go through each of these tabs. Feel free to, kind of explore and everything like that. And after you go through one of these videos, you'll then go back to the hub and then go ahead and take the quiz over that information. The link for this website is there in the hub, and it will be the same one for each dissection assignment that I post. Okay, if you have any questions or need any help, please text me on Remind, message me through the hub, email me, DM me on my teacher Instagram, miss.taylor3. So hopefully this helps. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Bye.